So hello guys, welcome to the latest episode of Every Platform, and welcome to Salwick, or I think it's Salwick, I think that's how you say it, located in Lancashire. We are in a very windy area. We are covering the Blackpool lines today, and we've got Chris and Alex here joining us today. So there's three of us today joining doing the Blackpool trip. We're also covering the line between Preston and Ormskirk, so that will also be done today. So if you do wish to check out any updates on trips and posts, check out my Facebook group, the links in the description, and any story updates, check my Instagram at KTVVids. So without further ado, let's begin today's episode of Every Platform here at Salwick. Right, welcome to Salwick. The station is between Preston and Kirkham and Wesham. That's where it is on the railway line. It's near the village of Clifton. Now Clifton is a sort of near in the district of Fylde. That's where it is. So it is under the FY postcode. And it's also part of the civil parish of Newton with Clifton. So it's on the A583 road. So it's a village that's sort of it's near Preston, so it's not far away at all. It's about 5 miles away and 11 miles from Blackpool. Anyway, about the station. This station is really badly served. It's only served by 3 trains towards Preston and 3 trains towards Blackpool a day. As you can tell from looking at it, it is a big island station. Usually we finish on one of these, but today we started with one. But yeah, it's one big island station. It's not a request stop, it is a mandatory call here at Salwick, and in the evening you get one train from Blackpool South and one train to Blackpool South. One of them is in the morning as well, which is the one we got off of, so 3 a day. It does also provide a commuter service for the workers at the nearby Springfield Westinghouse nuclear fuel production complex. I think Mr. Burns would be very proud. Anyway, so that is Salwick done. Like I say, I would definitely visit it. It's a very nice looking station. I can imagine that the actually spotting it would be quite nice, especially in this weather. But yeah, it's one big island station. It just doesn't have very many stopping trains at all. Mostly every train passes, barring the 3 that stop. So we're lucky to be here. So our next station, we are going to head to Kirkham and Wesham. We're going to get a bus there because it's literally our only way out. We have to walk 25 minutes to the village of Clifton. Again, I'll remind you, it's our only way out. Otherwise, we're here for about 8 hours.
Yeah, we're better to get out from there.
So, yes, before we finish though, it looks like we do have a passing train. So we'll see this come through first. I think it's a 195. (195) 103 from York to Blackpool North. Update you when we go get our bus. That is Salwick done. So there's bus number 1 of the day. It's the 61, which heads to Blackpool from Preston, operated by Scania Enviro 400. We're now at Kirkham and Wesham station, and there's the little station building that's just outside.
That's a 195,
yeah, 195 has just left. We're going to head into the station. We'll update you from there.
Keep it in mind though.
Alright, welcome to Kirkham and Wesham station. 331112 has just headed out there to Blackpool North. We've got a pair of 323s here, which are going to be making their way over to Manchester Airport, with 323219 and 323238. Nice to see a pair of 323s around there instead of the usual 331s. That mixes it up a bit. So yeah, So we'll update you about this station in a moment, give you a couple of facts. Right, we have a passing train. This is from Liverpool Lime Street to Blackpool North. Through 33107 heading through to Blackpool North. So, Kirkham and Wesham station. To give you a couple of facts. This station, as you can tell, isn't served by every Blackpool North train because the Liverpool to Blackpools don't call it. It serves the Lancashire towns of Kirkham and Wesham, would you believe? Would you believe that's where they serve? In terms of the station, there were originally 2 platforms here. They opened a 3rd platform, which is platform 1, I believe, which were just used for Blackpool North trains. Platform 1 then was opened to assist with the Blackpool South trains, which junction off here at Kirkham and Wesham. So it's sort of to allow for more alignment with the Blackpool South branch, but also just to help with traffic, because obviously it gets quite congested on this line because there's so many trains. But yes, that is the station itself. It opened in 1840 and was originally actually located a bit further west to where it is now, and it was just called Kirkham. So yes, and later was renamed Kirkham and Wesham later on in time. I think it was 1907 it was called Kirkham and Wesham, and then when it opened it was just Kirkham, and it was rebuilt as well. So yes, this refurbishment of the electrification programme was also done in 2017-18 period, and also had another refurbishment a few years before that in 2011. So it has gone through a bit of work, as you can tell. The station does look really nice. It's 3 platforms. Like I said, the platform 3 is for trains away from Blackpool, 2 is for trains to Blackpool North, and 1 is for trains to Blackpool South. So yes, there you go. That's Kirkham and Wesham, and the next station is Lytham. So I'll update you soon. Right, arriving in now is the 0858 Northern service to Blackpool South from Preston. We've got 150 144.
What the hell is this stuff here for 8 minutes?
Is it sat here for 8 minutes?
Yes.
Great. Yeah, so you're waiting there for 8 minutes. 156418 is the rear. We'll update you when we get to Lytham after the 8-minute wait here. Okay, going up there was 150 144 and 156418. And we're now here at Lytham station, which is on the Blackpool South branch, always known as the Fylde line, so that's another way of knowing them. But yeah, this is Lytham. We'll talk a couple of facts about this station in just a moment. The service pattern here is 1 train an hour in each direction, so towards Blackpool South is hourly and towards Preston is hourly, and on a Sunday I believe they go over to Colne. Yeah, I think they combine the service together on a Sunday. So yes, so that's Lytham. We'll talk a couple of facts in a moment. As you can tell by the very nice former platform, which has been decorated very nicely, really nicely actually. So yes, I'll update you shortly. So Lytham station serves the Lytham area within Lytham St Anne's, which is in Lancashire. The station opened in 1863 and originally did open as a terminus station, and was rebuilt as a through station. Will you be quiet? Rebuilt as a through station in 1874. In terms of its services, it's actually Lytham's conurbation is actually served by 3 stations, which are Lytham, Ansdell and Fairhaven, and St Anne's. They're all served in Lytham's area itself. So yes, Obviously the traction that's used on the services is 156s and 150-1s. Probably every so often you might see a 150-2 here, but I don't know how often that is. Station is basically unstaffed. It has got level access to the platform, so it's step free, which is good. And there is a pub nearby, which is called, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? The pub that's nearby the station has got the best name ever. It's called The Station.
Oh shit.
What a name. Anyway, I'll update you soon. We're going to head to our next station. We are going to be getting another bus. This time it's going to be operated by Blackpool Transport, and we're going to take it to the nearest station, to St Anne's on the Sea station. So I'll update you shortly. Right, so there goes the 11A, which is heading over to Blackpool. So that is a Blackpool Transport Enviro 200 MMC. We just took that from Lytham Square, and we're now here in St Anne's Square. There's also a 68 here, which is operated by a Scania Enviro 400, and in front of that, oh, it's windy. In front of that is an E400 City 17 plate. That's also on the 11A, which it seems to be double and single decker operation. Scania Enviro 400 is a normal allocation to the 68. It's pretty much all usually what it is. It's 65 wrench. So yes. Right, I'll update you soon when we make our way over to the station. St Anne's on the Sea is next. Okay, welcome to the next station on the line. Well, on the plan, St Anne's on the Sea. Another nice little station building just outside. As you've just come in. The station is on the South Fylde line. That's the kind of official name of the line, and it's been decorated really nicely. It's plant pots are outside the station, and yeah, it's also the home of the International Kite Festival apparently as well. Seems quite fitting given the area, but yeah, it's a nice little, it's just a single track station. This whole line is single track, so yes. So we'll do a couple of facts about this station in a moment. And yeah, on first impressions though, there is a former platform here, as you can tell as well. It's massively overgrown. But yeah, so our train is the 10:16 to Blackpool South, and we will be grabbing that shortly. So welcome to the next station on the line, St Anne's on the Sea. The station serves the town of St Anne's on the Sea, more commonly just known as St Anne's. The station is in Lytham St Anne's, as explained earlier, with regard to the Lytham conurbation. You have 3 stations in there, along with the 2 we've been to, and the other one is Ansdell and Fairhaven. It's one platform and is basically right by the coast. It's on the edge of Blackpool, so it isn't very far away. The ticket office inside that building there is only staffed part-time, morning peak until early afternoon, and only 6 days per week. So I think it's around on a Sunday. There was a one daily service, would you believe, that ran between St Anne's and Manchester Piccadilly. It was withdrawn at the end of the 2007-08 timetable, but there was a daily service. It only ran here, and yeah, I guess it ran here just to help with connecting with the coast. But yeah, nowadays it's just generally an hourly service that runs here. In terms of its history, the station opened as Cross Slack in 1863, relocated in 1873, renamed St Anne's on the Sea in 1875, rebuilt in 1925, and then rebuilt again to its current form in 1985. Has obviously undergone a refurbishment in that time, just slight refurbishments of course, but yeah, most of the station what you see is what people in 1985 would have also seen, near enough, barring the departure screens and maybe a few upgrades like the ticket machines and stuff. Just the general like outlet, general look at the place would have been very similar. Anyway, that is St Anne's on the Sea done. We're going to be waiting for our train. Like I say, it's the 10:16 service to Blackpool South, and on that we will be taking that, taking that over to Squires Gate, so I'll update you soon. Okay, arriving in now is the 10:16 Northern service to Blackpool South from Preston, which we're taking to Squires Gate, our next station. And on it we have 156426. And 156466. Update you when we get to Squires Gate. Okay, we are now at Squires Gate station. And there goes a Stagecoach Scania and Viro going over the bridge. And also a Blackpool Transport Enviro 400 City has just gone over the bridge as well, as you can see there. Hashtag love your boss. That's what it says on the side. There's also a roller coaster you can see in the background, because we are very close to Pleasure Beach theme park, which is actually the next stop along, which is Blackpool Pleasure Beach. We'll be visiting that later today. So, welcome though to Squires Gate. Again, this station has a former platform. In remembrance of all those members of our South Fylde communities and our railway network who served us all during the war years, at the going down of the sun, we will remember them. So they've done a very big it's a remembrance platform. It's really, really nice. They've decorated this really, really well. Plant pots everywhere, memorials. Yeah, it's fantastic, lovely. I'm glad that they actually didn't make the former platform just completely overgrown or ruin it in any way. So yes, we'll talk about a couple of facts about this station in just a moment. Welcome to Squires Gate station, serving the Squires Gate area of Blackpool. So we are actually in Blackpool now. It is technically located just outside the borough boundary, but you might as well say it's in Blackpool. It's also the nearest station to Blackpool Airport. I think that just sees like cargo take off from it. I don't know if it actually sees any passenger airlines. I wouldn't have thought it does, but I could be wrong. It's also nearest to Stargate tram stop on the Blackpool tramway. We will be using a tram a little bit later today as well. So yes, in terms of its history, the station used to be called Stony Hill. 1865 it opened, 1872 it was closed, and then Squires Gate opened in 1931. So yeah, it's been open ever since. So yes, it was also potentially planned that they were going to name Squires Gate Blackpool International, but they didn't. They just kept it at Squires Gate, which kind of makes sense because it does serve the suburban area of Squires Gate. But obviously you'd have thought, because it being near it, if it actually had seen more flights and actually passenger airlines, it could have called it Blackpool International and it would have worked, but it doesn't really do that, I don't think. I could be wrong. If there's any info, any aviation fans watching this have any info on what actually goes out of Blackpool Airport, I could look on Flight Radar, to be fair, which I probably will, but if you have any info to expand on that, then great. So that is what Squires Gate done, and we are going to make our way over to our next stop. We're actually going to go back on ourselves and head to Moss Side station next. So yes, Squires Gate done. Update you soon. Okay, arriving in now is going to be our next service. This is the same two units coming back, and we're going to take this over to Moss Side. This is the 10:35 service from Blackpool South to Preston, 156, 466 and 426 again. update you when we get to Moss Side. Right, welcome to Moss Side. We're now here, and right, so there goes 156, 466 and 426 heading off to Preston. We're now at Moss Side station. This station is actually the first one you get to when you junction off at Kirkham and Wesham, so we're actually at the start of the branch now. We'll talk a couple of facts about this station in a moment. As amusingly as it is, the onward travel information doesn't make for very informative reading, because all it says is there are no regular bus services serving Moss Side, and just details of local taxis. There's not even any local bus stops within about a half an hour range at all. Like literally this place is bare in terms of anything to do with that. I don't even think it has a DRT route, which, yeah, so it's really bare, scarce of any sort of bus service, so you really have to know how to drive. We just take the train. So yeah, we'll update you shortly with a couple of facts about Moss Side. But here it is, it's on a little curve, and yes, there we go. So, Moss Side station, here we are. This station is located in Moss Side, which is a hamlet, where the B5259 Lytham to Ray Green road crosses the railway at a level crossing, which is that level crossing just down there. When the station opened, it was at first called Kirkham Road. In 1961 it was closed, along with Ray Green Station. I think it's Rea Green Station in a neighbouring larger village. It wasn't easy task to reopen the station, as unlike at Rea Green, the platforms had never actually been removed. So these platforms this platform had already been here, and there is the disused platform. Therefore, Moss Side was reopened in 1983 with the aid of a grant from Lancashire County Council. So the facilities are pretty much basic, just awaiting shelter, board and bench seats. Those are the bench seats. You don't often see like these little ones where they, you know, basically like bus shelter seats. So, no, probably gonna wash my hands after that. But yes, you don't often see that now. That's quite cool. But yeah, and it's the only station on the line. Also, I'll believe it. Yeah, I actually can't believe that. It's the only station on the line to still not be fitted with a ticket machine. Wow, this station really is bare. And the old station house, which is just that one there, is privately owned. So yes, obviously this station has a lot of low usage as well, so it means that but amazingly it hasn't led to trains being reduced. That would probably be because the level crossing needs to be operated with the plunger, so they need to obtain the white light to be able to proceed towards Kirkham and Wesham. That will be why they have to stop there and back. Otherwise, I don't think they would. I really think they would avoid this. So I think they just do like you do with Salwick, and just do a couple of times a day. Anyway, update you shortly. Our next station is going to be Ansdell and Fairhaven. Right, arriving in now is going to be the 11:05 service to Blackpool South. It's 15144 again. And 156418. And we're going to take this to no, we're not. We're going to take it to Ansdell and Fairhaven. So there goes 15144 and 156418. And that was heading off to Blackpool South. So welcome to Ansdell and Fairhaven. Very nice looking station, it must be said. This station, again, single track like all the others on the line. Yeah, it's this side of the station. There's always, I mean, it looks a little bit run down on this side, but generally speaking, the sun makes it look. The sun actually makes it look a lot nicer. It's brightened it up. But yeah, so this station, we'll talk a couple of facts about in a minute. But we're nearly done with the branch. We've got a couple more to go. But yeah, here we are. Welcome to Ansdell and Fairhaven. The station is located in the two areas. The station was previously known as Ansdell Station, like literally was called Ansdell Station, Ansdell's Gate Station, and Ansdell's Halt. A lot of Ansdell. Not much of Fairhaven, is there? Poor Fairhaven. The station is the nearest place to the Royal Lytham and St Anne's Golf Club, which is host to the Open Championship. It's actually adjacent to the station. I believe so. I might have to have a look in a second. Oh, I think it's on this side actually. On the side where hidden away with it beneath all the trees. During national and international competitions, the station is used to convey spectators to the course, so this is where they would get off. Set up very nicely actually, it looks lovely, very welcoming. The station was originally set out as an island platform with tracks on both faces until the singling of the line in 1986. Trains now only use the southern face. The disabled access ramp now covers the northern part of the station. So, yes. In terms of the service, it is an hourly service, as I said before, with the Preston to Blackpool South and Colne on Sundays. So, yes. That is Ansdell and Fairhaven Station. I might go have a look at this golf club area. And our next station is going to be Blackpool South. Update you soon. So we're now here in Blackpool, and the 68, which is just right next to us, is a Scania Enviro 400, a 65 reg, which we took from Ansdell. It was Ansdell we were in. Yeah. That one goes to just to the centre of Blackpool now. We're going to walk to Blackpool South Station. I'll update you shortly. Right. Welcome to Blackpool South. Here we are. We're going to enter in this way. So there's the sign to get us in. Basically, the station is down these steps. You can use the ramp as well, so it's just down there. But yeah, we're going to enter into here. This station is the terminus of the South-Fylde line. No trains go beyond here, obviously, as you can tell. They only reverse here to go back towards Preston. So here we are, and we'll update you shortly. But here we are. Right, welcome to Blackpool South Station. The station serves the suburban south area of Blackpool. It is the terminus of the South-Fylde line, around 12 miles from Kirkham and Wesham. All services obviously run through to Preston. The station is also nearest to Waterloo Road tram stop, which is not too far away as well. So that's pretty close by. As for other facts, the station actually was originally called Waterloo Road itself, and then tram stop got named that. There are a couple other facts, but yeah, just taking this nice view, it actually is a really nice station. The sun probably makes it more bright and nicer, but probably when it's raining it probably looks a bit more run down. I don't know, some stations just do that. When it's like really sunny, they look nicer, but that's just, I guess that's just the weather. Anyway, I'll update you in a second with a couple more facts. Okay, so as well as the history I just gave about Waterloo Road, it opened in 1903, and that's what it was called. It was at the junction of a newly built express Martin line direct from Kirkham, and the platforms on the coastal Fylde line were opened in 1916 and replaced another station called South Shore. So yes, it did continue to handle a lot of trains through from Manchester, Liverpool and London until 1970 as well, and then they were all sent over to Blackpool North. So, and then later on in time it was reduced down to local status, which is what it is now. So yes, a lot of things have changed here. A lot of old buildings, because there used to be a lot of station buildings here, they've all been abandoned, knocked down, and it's just left with this one platform here at Blackpool South. So yes, it's just an hourly service. There's no like exceptions here, no trains like run non-stop just to Blackpool South. It is just the hourly stopping service that we have been using all day. So yes, the 68, the 11, the 5 all run outside the station. The 68 is the Blackpool to Preston service by Stagecoach, and the 11 and 5 are Blackpool Transport, and they run over to Victoria Hospital as well, which is Blackpool's nearest hospital. So there you go, just a bit of local knowledge there as well. Our next station is going to be Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Update you soon. Right, arriving in now is going to be the what will be the 12:30 Northern service to Preston, which is terminating here at Blackpool South. It is running about 5 minutes late, but it is here. It is 156, 426 and 466. I'll update you when we get to Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Right, here we are at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. So that one goes to Preston. Next stop for that one will be Squires Gate. But here we are. Of course, this station is notable for serving the theme park, Blackpool Pleasure Beach theme park over there. We'll talk more about it in a second. I'll give you a couple of facts about Blackpool Pleasure Beach station. It's not often you get a station that is basically a theme park set. I think it's the only one actually that directly is made for the theme park, which is really good. Anyway, I'll update you shortly. Alright, welcome to Blackpool Pleasure Beach. So this station serves the Pleasure Beach Resort theme park in, of course, Blackpool. This is obviously a suburban station and has been built for the purpose. It's also nearest to Burlington Road West tram stop, which is where we're going to in a minute to go catch a tram. They're having lots of fun. It's a theme park on my list of ones to go to, so obviously not going today, but I will go probably when it's a bit warmer. But yeah, the station has it's unstaffed, but there is a ticket machine here, so Moss Side is the only station on the line that doesn't have a ticket machine. In terms of service, it is just an hourly service, so there's no change there. The station is on the same site as Burlington Road Halt, which was open for a rail motor service between 1913 and 1939. But the station itself opened in 1987, this one did. The cost was shared by Blackpool Pleasure Beach Company, British Rail, Lancashire County Council and Blackpool Borough Council, so they jointly funded it to make a theme park station. That's pretty cool. As you can see as well, the station does have a little canopy just up there, the guys stood under at the moment, and that just yeah, it's just nicely parked there. Just to add to the design to the station. It's quite unique actually, because it's just one big, well, it's one little canopy that just sits on the platform. Anyway, our next station is going to be Blackpool North. We're going to get a tram over there. I'll update you soon. There is Blackpool Pleasure Beach done, and that also completes the Southfield line. I'll update you soon. Okay, arriving in now is going to be one of the Blackpool trams. We're at Burlington Road West tram stop. We're going to this is heading to Fleetwood Ferry. And we'll update you in a minute when we get to Blackpool North. Okay, we're just walking into Blackpool North station. Just out here is Blackpool North tram stop. This is recently opened, so they recently extended Blackpool's tramway to come out to here. It's a terminus stop, so there's no other stops along with it. It's just this one. But yeah, I think it opened like last year, like late last year, 2024. I think it was around November, December time. It could be wrong. It might be been a bit earlier than that. It was I'm sure it was last year though. But yeah, so this is North Station tram stop, and we're now going to head into the actual railway station. There's no trams here at the moment. R1 was going to come here, and unfortunately got curtailed due to a fault. So we had to go to North Pier and walk. But there we go. Anyway, we're heading and update you shortly. Here we are at Blackpool North Station. There is the canopy. So we're going to be heading in and making our way over to the next station, which is going to be Layton. It's a bit windy here, so apologies. But yeah, here we are inside, and yeah, I'll update you shortly when we make our way over to the station. So here we are at the platforms here at Blackpool North. 195009 just sat in the platform there. 331112, which is our train, which we're taking over to Layton. So this is platform 4. There are, I believe, about 7 platforms here at Blackpool North, something like that. Anyway, but yeah, it's all one big terminus station, as you can tell, and there's a E400 City over there. But yeah, one big terminus station. Obviously I didn't film too much in the concourse. I've heard stories that this station is particularly strict for filming and stuff. They don't like it, so I want to try and keep this one as short and sweet as possible. And then we'll head on this train and go to Layton. So yeah, I'll update you in a second. Welcome to Blackpool North Station, and it is a bit windy, so apologies. This station is the main railway station serving Blackpool. It is the terminus of the main Blackpool branch line, and it also has an adjacent stop on the Blackpool tramway, which you have also seen. It was opened in its present form in 1974. It succeeded the previous station a few hundred yards away called Talbot Road. It has regular services to many places, including Manchester, Liverpool, Bolton, Wigan, Preston, Blackburn, Leeds, London Euston and York, Birmingham New Street as well. So yes, so there's one train out to Liverpool, 2 trains per hour to Manchester Airport, 1 train per hour to York via Leeds, 3 trains per day to London Euston, 1 direct and 2 going via Birmingham New Street. And there was also Virgin used to run here until 2003, when they ran high-speed services to Euston and Birmingham as well. So yes, and yeah, it was 12th of June 2024. That was when the Blackpool tramway stop opened. So yes, there that is. In terms of the other history, the station was renamed Blackpool North in 1932 and rebuilt on the site of former excursion platforms, because there used to be excursion platforms. This is where the site was for it in 1974. so yes, that is the history of Blackpool North and some basic facts. Like I said, it's basically right in the northern end of the town, but yeah. Anyway, we're going to get 331112 now and head off to Layton. I'll update you soon. So there goes 331112 heading off to Manchester Airport from Blackpool North. We encountered probably the single worst human beings on that train. They were absolutely dreadful.
Why the hell is there a shoe?
Oh, I have no idea. Anyway, welcome to Layton station, and we'll update you shortly. Right, welcome to Layton station, located on the Blackpool North to Preston railway line, otherwise known as the Fylde line. It serves the Blackpool suburbs of Layton and Bispam. Station is unstaffed. It was opened in 1867 as Bispam station, and 1938 was renamed Layton brackets Lancs, Lancashire. Probably because there are stations that do sound the same. There is an underground station actually called Layton, spelt differently, but it does sound the same, so it's probably worth making sure that they're differentiated, even though it's an underground station and Layton is a national rail station. But anyway, so there's a basic hourly service here in each direction throughout the week, westbound to Blackpool North and eastbound to Manchester Airport. There are additional trains that do call during the peak times as well. So yes, it's one of two railway stations in the north of Blackpool. Layton still has the air of an old-fashioned commuter station. If you look at the building, you could probably tell that. It's a very nice station. Although these days most workers go from here to Blackpool or Preston. Yeah, so there you go. And that footbridge there was installed in 2011, so it has had some work done to it in recent years. And I say recent years, at least in the last like 15 years. So yeah. Anyway, so that is Layton station done. Our next station is going to be Poulton-le-Fylde, so we're going to get a bus there.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Our bus has terminated in Poulton-le-Fylde and it's just sat there.
That's fun. We'll still get there, but we'll update you soon. Right, so to confirm, after Chris just said that he wasn't so sure we'd do it, we are going to Poulton-le-Fylde. Basically, our bus was supposedly being curtailed in Poulton-le-Fylde itself on its way back to Blackpool, because it goes back to Blackpool and then forms our bus to come back. But it is actually running. It was a tracking error. It is running back. It is running late though, but it's still fine. So yeah, we're going to go get the bus. It's the 76, formerly operated by Preston Bus, now operated by Archway Travel, which we're going to take to Poulton-le-Fylde. Update you soon. Right, we're now in Poulton-le-Fylde. This is the Poulton-le-Fylde booths, that's what it's called. It's like a little bus interchange for the area. It's got just a couple of bus stops, but yeah, this is our bus. It's an E200 MMC. The Fylde Village, operated by Archway Travel, taken over from Preston Bus recently. Anyway, we're going to head to Poulton-le-Fylde station and go from there. We'll update you soon.
Use the direction.
Right, so we're now here at Poulton-le-Fylde station. There's the station building there. We're just walking up into it now. So we're in here. This station is the last one we need on the Blackpool lines. Our train will be here shortly. We'll do a couple of facts as well.
Let's go. Not too fast, for God's sake.
So, 14:25 to York, 14:31 to Manchester Airport. We'll update you shortly with what we're doing. Okay, we're now here at Poulton-le-Fylde station, and departing out now is the 14:25 service to York, 195103. Obviously, as you know, we just arrived in from bus, so we haven't caught that train. We've just sort of arrived as soon as it has arrived, but we're actually getting the 14:31 Manchester Airport service to give us a bit of time. So the station serves the town of Poulton-le-Fylde in Lancashire. The station is also served by Avanti West Coast, because on I think it's a once a day Blackpool North service does call here, because normally they're on non-stop. It is one big island. The station has 2 platforms, Blackpool trains on platform 1 and Preston trains on platform 2. So yes, the station is also a visual reporting point, or VRP for short, for general aviation aircraft in the local Blackpool airspace as well. That's really interesting. The station sort of joins with that. On weekdays until May 2023, one Avanti West Coast train per day to London Euston called at the station, but it was replaced in the May timetable by a Sunday only service to Preston calling at Kirkham and Wesham at 18:28, which I believe is an Avanti service. It could well be a Northern service that they've just substituted in for it, but it's been replaced anyway, so it's no longer a London Euston service that calls here. So yes, the station was also served by a single Dales rail service to Carlisle via Settle during the summer months and to Hellerfield for the remainder of the year, but since December 2022 this service has been withdrawn. But it was announced that it was going to come back, but nothing's been confirmed as of yet. I think that was from Blackpool North to Carlisle. That did exist for a little while. So yes, so that is Poulton-le-Fylde. In terms of the history as well, station opened in 1840 and it was called Poulton-le-Fylde. It has not had a name change, and in 1896 the new station was built on the realigned route which it currently is at. So yes, there is a big sort of old Roman numerals clock which is on the platform as well. It's a very nice looking station. Yeah, I really like it. If you look on this side as well, you can see it from that angle too. It is a very nice station. Right, our next station is going to be Crofton. We're going on to the Ormskirk branch now, but we're going to head into Preston first. Update soon. Alright, arriving in now is going to be the 14:31 Northern service from Blackpool North to Manchester Airport. We've got 331028. And 331016 on the rear. And we're going to take this to Preston. The Fylde line's done, we're on to the Ormskirk branch now. Update you soon. Right, we are now back in Preston. Obviously we started here. You didn't see this bit because we started at Salwick in the video, but we came from Crewe, that's where we're staying. 331028 and 016 are about to depart heading for Manchester Airport from Blackpool North. That is the Fylde line, so the South Fylde line, and the main North Fylde line heading off and completed there. So best line was definitely the South Fylde line to Blackpool South. That was a decent, really nice line with some lovely stations, and Moss Side. But anyway, I'm not saying Moss Side area is bad, by the way. I'm just saying the station just looked a bit run down, but it's not very well served by passengers anyway. Like, it's just got a lot of it just didn't look that great, but some stations don't, some stations do. But the area seemed nice. So anyway, so we're going to head off to the far platform, platform 3, and we're going to go on a Sprinter, a 150-2, over to Crofton as we now cover the Ormskirk branch. Update you soon. There they go, heading off to Manchester Airport from Blackpool North. So we're going to head over to platform 3 and go over to Crofton. Update you soon. Right, arriving in now is going to be what will be the 1510 Northern service to Ormskirk, which is going to be our train. It is a 150-2. And it is 15224, which will be taking us to Crofton, our first stop on the line that we're going to. We'll get on to Crofton and update you soon. Also, apologies, it's Croston, not Crofton. Croston with an S. That was my fault. Anyway, yeah, it's Croston. Update you soon. Right, we're now here at Rufford station. And there goes 15224 heading off to Ormskirk from Preston. I always wondered, because they into work, I genuinely wondered if they just decided to do a service between Colne and Ormskirk. It makes sense, because they reverse and they change over to it anyway. But yeah, I suppose with the crew changes and stuff, it probably makes sense to do two separate trains. But I'm just thinking of Preston as a middle point, or you know, like a reverse point. But there we go. Anyway, this is Rufford station, and we'll update you shortly. Right, welcome to Rufford station. This station does serve the village of Rufford in Lancashire. This station is 9 miles southwest of Preston. It's not actually too far away from Ormskirk. It was formerly the Liverpool, Ormskirk and Preston Railway, which it was on, which was quickly merged into the East Lancashire Railway in 1846. That's just a bit of history about the line itself. And this was in turn merged into the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway in 1859. Station opened in 1849, and there were direct trains to Liverpool via Ormskirk and also to Blackburn and areas in East Lancashire. They were withdrawn in 1969 through, though Liverpool trains continued to run through non-stop until May of the following year. So yes. So changes have also been made to the station. So the level crossing has, I think, recently been automated. It wasn't before, only recently it's been upgraded. I think it was proposed in 2017 that they would do it, but then it took up until 2024, I think, when they finished it. It wasn't too long ago. On normal like service days, so Monday to Saturday and bank holidays, the service is hourly, running between Preston and Ormskirk. This is actually at Ormskirk, is intended to connect up with Merseyrail that go into Liverpool Central from Ormskirk. It's actually an improvement on the former irregular frequency, which were 12 trains per day each way, operating in the previous timetables. So before that, it was pretty badly serviced line, but it's actually had a big service improvement. So now it's hourly, which is good because it merges in with the Colne services. So yeah, this is the first of 4 stations on this branch, including Ormskirk. That's inclusive. And this is the only passing loop of the line. So I believe I think it's the only one anyway. Croston might be one. I think Croston is one actually. Could be wrong, but I think Rufford is where they sort of meet up normally, or an area where they can at least. Anyway, I'll update you soon. Our next station is Burscough Junction, and to get there we are getting, of course, a bus operated by Stagecoach. We'll update you shortly. Two buses there. The one in front of Stagecoach one was what we just got off of, which is a Transbus Enviro 300. And behind it is a street light, which is on the 312. It's operated by Preston Bus. So yeah,
That goes to Manchester via Gordon everywhere.
yeah, good fun. So this is Burscough we're in now. We're going to go into Burscough Junction, that's how you say it, and go from there. Update you soon. Right, welcome to Burscough Junction station. Here we are. We'll head inside. It's no station building here. There is also an interchange here because this station isn't the only one in Burscough. There is also Burscough Bridge, which is on the line to Southport. We're not doing that one today. That one will be for another time. But for now, this is Burscough Junction. This station, as you can tell, has got a former platform. And obviously they've looked after it really well here, actually. I think it's a local... Yeah, it's a local school, St John's Catholic Primary School, who have actually helped look after the platform here. So yeah, it's on the signs just saying who looked after it. So this station is the penultimate station before we get to Ormskirk, but we'll go through a couple of facts in a minute. This is Burscough Junction. So welcome to Burscough Junction. It's one of two stations serving the town of Burscough in Lancashire. It's about 2 miles out of Ormskirk. The station was the scene of the Burscough Junction rail accident in 1880, so that did happen. The station is in Burscough, the other station is Burscough Bridge, and it's only 10 minutes away by foot. The name Junction is an anachronism similar to Dalston Junction in London. The station no longer actually serves a purpose, but it's still called Junction, basically. I was trying to think of the word there. I knew it was. It's just basically it's a word that doesn't have any meaning anymore. There is now no physical connection also between the electric Merseyrail line at Ormskirk and the Ormskirk Preston line, and passengers need to change out Ormskirk if they're coming from Liverpool to continue to Preston. With some of the new 777s also being able to work solely on battery power, this does make through services once again possible in theory. So they could run through, a Merseyrail could run to Preston if they wanted, if it worked. But where would that leave Northern? That's the question. But yes, that is Burscough Junction. We will obviously visit Burscough Bridge another time. So yes, it did open in 1849 as well, and it did enjoy regular service to numerous destinations, including Preston, Blackburn, Southport and Liverpool. So yes, did have station buildings as well, but they were demolished at the end of 1973 and replaced with the current extremely basic arrangement, which it looks like now. So anyway, our next stop is Crossens, pronounced it right that time, and we'll update you when we get on the train to go there. Right, arriving in now is going to be the 1650 Northern service from Ormskirk to Preston, which is going to be 156441, which we're going to take to Crossens. Update you soon. So 156441, they're departing out heading to Preston. This is Crossens station that we're at now. This one is the first station you get to when you leave Preston to go on the branch. That will now go off onto the West Coast Main Line, join back very briefly to get into Preston station, to then reverse and into work to a Colne service. So yes, so Crossens is the last of the intermediates that we need, because the next station we go to is Ormskirk, which is also the final station we need today. But before we do that, we will talk about this station, update you with a couple of facts in a moment. Okay, welcome to Crosston. This station serves the small village of Crosston near Chorley in Lancashire, so we're actually quite close to Chorley here. We're still on the Ormskirk branch. It is unstaffed, and the old station buildings, which is this one here, is now privately owned. Very nice old station building. Look at this, it's fantastic. So yeah, this is the old station building for Crosston. So this station once did carry numerous express trains to Glasgow Central. The line did, Edinburgh, Blackpool North and the Lake District, though Crosston was always served by local trains from Liverpool to Preston and Blackburn. Obviously now it's just reduced down to Preston. It's an hourly service here, no Sunday service here at Crosston. But yes, that is it is also on the B5247 into Breferton. So that's the road it's sort of near. So yeah, that is Crosston. It was opened in 1849. But there are clear signs that there were two tracks, as you can tell as well, from the Preston to Liverpool exchange, which was severely rationalised, and it was reduced to single line in 1970. So yes, that's Crosston. Moving on to our last station, Ormskirk. I'll update you shortly. Right, arriving in now is going to be 156424. This is the 1724 service to Ormskirk. Which we're going to take to Ormskirk. Update you shortly. Right, welcome to Ormskirk. Station is a cross-platform interchange, is what it's known as, because it actually works in with Merseyrail here, serving the town of Ormskirk in Lancashire. It's a market town. The part now is 156424, heading off to Preston. Then on goes heading to Preston. So no one's standing really, but yeah, Rob's gone back now. Rob did join us as well today, as you could see, but yeah, he went back on that one. So it's me, Chris and Alex now for the last little bit. The station opened in 1849 by the East Lancashire Railways, Liverpool, Ormskirk and Preston Railway. Branch line to Rufford Junction via Skelmersdale was opened by the ELR in 1858. There have been consultations, well, not consultation, petitions to reopen that line, to the Skelmersdale line. Nothing's come to fruition, of course. But yes, there have also been calls to run Merseyrail to Preston and through to Southport from Ormskirk, because the 777s can be battery operated. Unfortunately, we're not going to see Merseyrail here because we have to go, but also because the next one has been cancelled, so we won't actually see it. But as you can tell, looking at the layout, you can see there's buffers here, and then there's buffers on the other side to actually have the diesel section finish and then the electrification begin.
Yeah. And there's also actually just a braking track.
Yeah, and a braking track, as you can tell. Yeah, there, just about a braking track. So yeah. So yeah, this the canopies here, it's grade 2 listed as well. We'll have a quick look at the entrances we're walking out, but yeah, we're gonna head to the bus station. So that is Ormskirk station done. It's also for Edge Hill University according to the sign. Just a quick look as well as before we go. This is the grade 2 listed station entrance just out here for Ormskirk. Nice looking station, definitely. Really they've not really done anything other than Merseyrail it. It is Merseyrail managed. It's the only Merseyrail managed station we've been to today. So yeah, we're going to take a footpath over to the bus station and we'll go from there. Just a quick look here. This is Ormskirk bus station. The 2A, which is what we're getting on to go back to Preston, is 15243. It's Scania Enviro 400. We're going to be taking that over to Preston in a minute. Also here is Charlton's Mini Coaches, operating the Scottish Gate number 6. It's a local route. And then the 375 over there, operated by Arriva. That's going to Southport. So yes. Obviously we were rushing over. I actually thought it was going to be a longer walk than it was, but it was literally just a footpath outside Ormskirk station that took us out here, which is really good. But yeah, the station's actually pretty much linked up with the bus station, which is really helpful. So yeah, really impressed. So we are going to finish the video here because we're going to go get the bus back to Preston now. So we'll leave you on the note of being in the bus station, even though we've done a railway themed day. Thank you for watching. If you have liked what you've seen, do like and subscribe, and do leave any comments because we'll get back to them as and when I can. And any recommendations are welcome, so do leave those in the comments. Thank you, Chris, and to Alex for joining today. It's been fantastic. We've had a lovely day. The sun's been shining, and we've done 3 lines: Blackpool South, Blackpool North, and Ormskirk. So they're, well, the northern side of Ormskirk. So driver forgot what time he was due out. Brilliant. That goes to 375 heading to Southport. E400. Update you on my next trip. The next one is going to be a local one. We're going to be on the Gunners Lake branch from Plymouth to Gunners Lake. See you for that one. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.